Welcome to Spring LIB.
Hello, students. The question says that a 60-year-old woman with a history of rheumatoid arthritis, smoking 6 packs per year, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and treated hypertension underwent a screening colonoscopy and then felt unwell for a week. She saw her family physician who referred her to her local hospital clinic where they conducted the tests listed in the where they conduct certain tests. Now, the question asked is first one is the what disease state is the most likely explanation for patient's laboratory results? So, the most likely explanation for patient's laboratory results is an autoimmune or chronic inflammatory disease, such as rheumatoid arthritis, and the patient has a history of rheumatoid arthritis, which is known to cause polyclonal hypergamma hypergamma globulinemia. And additionally, are other medical conditions like smoking, COPD, and hypertension would contribute to chronic inflammatory stage. Another question asked is, what is the significance of the polyhypergamma globulinemia with no monoclonal immunoglobulin spike identified on SPE? The significance of the polyclonal hypergammaglobulinemia with no monoclonal immunoglobulin spike identified on SPE is that it suggests a non-malignant cause for the elevated immunoglobulins. And the polyhypergammaglobulinemia is typically seen in autoimmune or chronic inflammatory diseases, where monoclonal spike would be more indicative of plasma cell disorder, such as multiple myeloma. Another question also is the patient's urine protein normal? So here in this question, there is no specific value mentioned, so we cannot determine if the urine of the patient is normal or not. However, if the patient has elevated urine proteins, urine protein level, so it could be indicative of kidney involved in her rheumatoid arthritis or another underlying condition. Another question also is describe the immunofixation electrophoresis method. Immunofixation electrophoresis method, which is IFE, is a laboratory method which is used to identify and characterize specific protein, particularly immunoglobulins, in patients' blood or urine. The process involves separating proteins by electrophoresis, then using specific antibody to fix or bind to the proteins of interest, and the resulting immunoprecipitate are then visualized using staining technique. The immunofixation electrophoresis method is particularly useful for detecting monoclonal antibodies, which can be indicative of plasma cell disorders like the multiple myeloma. I hope you found the video useful. Thank you.